Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our forum titled Digital Ethics in Action Responsible AI for Everyone. My name is Maizatul Akma binti Akbar and I will be your moderator for today. However, I will also be sharing my own opinions during the discussion, just like our panelists. So, you can think of me not only as the person guiding the season, but also as part of the discussion team. Nowadays, AI is not something far away or only used by scientists. In fact, we use AI every day, sometimes without even realizing it. Many people think AI is only robots or very advanced machines. But actually, artificial intelligence is already inside our phones and apps. For example, when we scroll TikTok and suddenly we keep seeing the same type of content, that is AI. When YouTube recommends videos that match our interest, that is also AI. Even apps like Google Maps, Face ID, and online shopping suggestions are powered by artificial intelligence. And honestly, most of us enjoy these features because it makes our life easier. AI helps us save times, help us find information faster, and even helps us communicate better. But at the same time, we remember that AI is still a technology created by humans. That means AI can also bring problems if it is not used responsibly. But while AI makes life easier, it also brings challenges. Sometimes AI can be misused. Sometimes it can spread fake information, invade privacy, or even influence the way people think. And this is why digital ethics is very important. Digital ethics teaches us what is right and wrong in the digital world, especially when we use powerful tools like AI. So today we will discuss how we can use AI responsibly, ethically, and safely. We will look at the issues, the solutions, and the role of communities in building a better digital environment. Now, let me introduce our panelists. Our first panelist is Idora Evia, and our second panelist is Nur Aina binti Rappe. Let us give a warm welcome to both of our panelists. I'm sure today's discussion will be very interesting and beneficial for all of us. Without further delay, let us begin with our first question of the day. What are the main ethical and safety issues related to AI and digital technology in our daily lives?
Okay, so in my opinion, I would like to highlight the major issues, which is bias in AI system. AI is trained by using data, and problem occur when the data is not fair or not balanced. For example, if an AI system is trained using data that represent only one group of people, it may treat other group unfairly. This can happen in job hiring, education system, and facial recognition. Therefore, even though AI appear to be smart, it still can be biased and unfair. Sometimes people trust AI too much because they think AI is always correct. But the truth is, AI only be as good as the data it learned from. If the data contain discrimination, the AI will also produce discrimination. Besides that, AI can also create dangerous misinformation. Today, AI is able to produce fake videos, fake voices, and edited image that looks real, known as deepfake technology. Many people may believe this information without checking, which can lead to false accusation, cyberbullying, or public panic. For example, a deepfake video can show someone saying something they never said. This can destroy their reputation, create misunderstanding, and even cause conflict between communities. What makes it worse is that deep fakes are getting more realistic and harder to detect. Overall, the main safety issues is not only AI making mistake, but also how AI can be misused to manipulate people. So, we need to be careful and not easily trust everything we see online.
That is true. Deepfakes can seriously damage someone's reputation, and bias can cause injustice. But in my opinion, one major issue is how digital technology affects mental health. AI is designed to keep us engaged. That is why many people spend hours scrolling without realizing it. It is not because we are weak, but because the system is designed to attract our attention. The longer we stay on the app, the more profit the platform gains. Over time, this can cause addiction, lack of sleep, and poor focus in studies. It can also increase stress because people compare themselves to unrealistic lifestyles online. Sometimes we forget that social media is not real life. People only post the best part of their life, not their struggles. But viewers may feel insecure and think their life is not good enough. Another safety issue is online scams. Nowadays, scammers are smarter because they can use AI to write messages that sounds professional. Some can even use AI voice cloning to imitate someone's voice. This makes people easier to trick, especially older people or those who are not familiar with technology. For example, scammers can pretend to be a bank officer or even a family member asking for money urgently. When the message sounds convincing, people panic and act quickly without thinking. So, AI is useful, but it can also increase harm if people do not use it carefully. How about your opinion, moderator? Thank you, panelists, too. That is very true, and I really agree with your point. In my point of view, one of the biggest ethical issues is that AI can influence our daily decision quietly. Many people think they are choosing content freely, but actually the algorithm decides what we see first. And this is not a small issue because what we see every day shapes our mindset, our opinions, and even our emotions. This is important because when people only see certain content, they may slowly believe it is the only true, even though it is not. For example, if someone keeps watching negative content, they may start thinking the world is always dangerous. If someone keeps seeing fake news, they may start believing it. Another issue is privacy. Today, many apps collect personal information such as our location, search history, photos, and even voice recordings. Most of the time, users click agree without reading the term. Sometimes we don't realize we are giving permissions for apps to track us. This data may be used for tools, but it can be misused. When AI collects too much data, it becomes risky because if the data is leaked or misused, it can harm individuals. For example, identity theft can happen. Personal photos can be spread or private information can be used for blackmail. So, I think ethical issues are not only about technology itself, but about how technology affects human life. So, from this question, we can see that the main ethical and safety issues include privacy problems, bias, and discrimination, defects and misinformation, mental health issues, and online scam. These issues show that AI is powerful, but without ethics, it can become harmful. Now, let's move to our second questions. What can individuals and community do to use AI and technology responsibly?
For my opinion, I believe responsible technology use is also about values. People should remember that online actions have real consequences. Even though we are behind the screen, we are still dealing with real humans. So, we should practice respect, kindness, and self control online. For example, before commenting something rude, we should think, if someone said this to me, would I feel hurt? We must remember that cyberbullying can cause serious emotional damage. Some people become depressed or lose confidence just because of online hate. Communities can also help by promoting positive digital content instead of only focusing on entertainment. We can encourage educational content, motivational content, and awareness videos. For example, communities can create campaigns about digital safety, mental health awareness, or cyberbullying prevention. Communities can also support victims of cyberbullying or scams because sometimes victims feel ashamed and stay silent. If the community gives support, victims will feel more safer to speak up and report the issue. So, responsibility means not only using AI safely, but also using it with good intentions. Panelist 1, what do you think? I think individuals should start by protecting their own personal data. Simple action like using strong password, not sharing OTP codes, and turning on two-factor authentication can already use many risks. Also, people should learn to control what they share online because once something is posted, it can be difficult to remove. For example, many teenagers like to share their personal photos, locations, or daily routines. But this can be dangerous because strangers can misuse the information. So, we must think before before we posting and ask ourselves, is this safe to share? In terms of using AI responsibly, students should be careful. AI can help explain topics, improve grammar, and give ideas, but it should not replace effort. If students depend too much on AI, they may lose critical thinking skills. For example, if students use AI to do all homework without understanding, they may develop problem solving skill. They may also struggle in exams because they are not trained to think on their own. For communities, education is important. Schools can include digital ethics in lesson. Parents can also monitor children's screen time and guide them to choose content wisely. When individuals and communities work together, technology becomes safer.
That's a good point. Panelist 1, protecting personal data and learning how to use AI properly are very important first steps. I also like the point about students not depending too much on AI because technology should support learning, not replace thinking. I would like to add that individuals should also take responsibility for verifying information before sharing it, especially with AI generated content. Not everything online is true, and spreading false information can cause harm. Sometimes people share news about without checking because they feel excited or shocked. But this can cause panic and misunderstanding. Communities can help by teaching people how to fact check and recognize misinformation. For example, we can check trusted sources, compare information with official websites, and look for evidence before believing something. When we combine digital safety, ethical values, and critical thinking, we can create a healthier and more responsible online environment.
Yes, that is a good point. And I think this is something many people forget. For me, responsible AI starts with awareness. People should understand that AI is not always correct. AI can make mistakes and it can also be influenced by the data it learns from. So, before trusting AI completely, we should learn to verify information. This is especially important for news and social media content. Besides that, individuals should practice ethical online behavior. For example, we should not share information that we are not sure is it true or not because one false post can spread quickly and cause panic. We should also avoid using AI to harm others, such as creating fake content, spreading rumors, or cyberbullying. We must also remember that digital ethics is not only about avoiding bad things, but also about choosing to do good things. For example, we can use AI to support education, create helpful content, and assist people in solving problems. For example, for communities, schools and parents should play a role. They can guide students on how to use AI as a tool for learning, not cheating. Communities can also organize awareness campaign so that more people understanding online safety. Now, let's move to our final questions. How can collaboration between people and communities ensure a responsible digital world? So, what do you think, finalist one?
Okay, so for me, I think collaboration is the key to accountability. If only one side is responsible, then the system will fail. For example, if users behave well but the platforms do not control harmful contents, problem will still exist. On the other hand, even if platforms create rules but users ignore them, it also becomes useless. So, collaboration means creating balance. Each party has a role. Users must be responsible, platform must be ethical, and authorities must protect society. Communities can also collaborate with the expert to teach cybersecurity and digital awareness. When knowledge is shared, people become more prepared and less easily manipulated. For example, schools can invite cybersecurity experts to teach the student about scam and privacy. Community leaders can organize talks and workshops. When people are educated, they become more confident and safer online.
I agree with you, panelist one. Collaboration is very important because digital issues affect everyone. One person alone cannot stop misinformation or online scams. We need teamwork. For example, users should report harmful content, but platforms should also respond quickly. School can teach digital ethics, but parents should also guide children at home. Communities can raise awareness, but government can create laws to protect users. We also need to encourage open discussions about digital ethics. When people talk about online dangers, more people become aware. Everyone, silence is dangerous because it allows problem to grow. When collaboration happens, responsibility becomes shared. This creates a safer and healthier digital world. How about your opinion, panelists two?
In my view, collaborations also build trust. When people talk openly about digital problems, they learn from each other. For example, when someone shares a scam experience, others become more careful. When students discuss AI ethics, they become more responsible users. Also, young people should be included in collaborations. Teenagers are the biggest users of AI and social media. So, if we want a responsible digital world, we need to listen to youth voices and guide them, not just blame them. For example, adults sometimes think teenagers are always addicted to phones, but instead of only scolding them, we should educate them and help them understand how to manage technology wisely. So, collaboration is not only about rules, but about building a responsible mindset together.
I agree with your view because collaboration helps build trust and awareness. When people share experience such as scams or discuss AI ethics, others can learn and become more careful and responsible. Including young people is also important since they are the main user of AI and social media, and their voices should be guided, not ignored. However, collaboration alone is not enough if it is not guided properly. Without clear rules and education, false information can still spread through discussion. Therefore, information must work together with responsibility and critical thinking to create a safer digital world.
Thank you. This is a very meaningful point. Collaboration is about teamwork, trust, and shared responsibility. As we come to the end of our forum, we can conclude that AI and digital is a and digital technology are powerful tools, but power must come with responsibility. Without ethics, technology can harm society. We hope today's discussion helps everyone realize that being a responsible digital citizen is not difficult. It starts with small actions and like thinking before sharing, protecting personal information, respecting others online, and using AI wisely. On behalf of our panelists, thank you for your listening. We hope this forum encourage everyone to become responsible digital citizen. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.